We're back.
Hello.
I said we were gonna talk about our favorite album covers, and we're gonna follow up with that.
We're following up on a promise.
That
doing it.
That never happens. But I'm gonna let you go first because, well, we already got yours.
It's already up there. I took it.
You took the spotlight from me. Damn.
So first up, I have Beck Guerolito, which is it's just a remix of his album Guero, but I don't know. I always thought that the artwork on this album was really, really out there, really weird, and it's the first album I ever bought. I picked it up and I had to bring it home. It was the first vinyl I've ever purchased in my life. I love all the little heads that he's stacked up and sitting on. I think that it's just a goofy looking album to look at.
That's some like Salvador Dali.
Right. Right, it's a little bit trippy. He's got like the squid as his plant, the squid tentacles, just a little cowboy riding around for no reason.
Yeah, like everything about this is like abnormal, except the cowboy.
The cowboy's just riding around, having a good time. And then, the backside's not all too much more normal. It's pretty weird too. You got like babies getting tossed on the floor. You got people sitting on heads. Another cowboy riding around, doing his thing.
He's got like that. It's like a puppet, like of the baby in his hand.
Right. I'm not even gonna lie to you and say I understand what all this means. I just really thought it was awesome.
It just looks good.
And this is the first album I ever bought on vinyl. It has a soft spot in my heart, and I had to show it off first. I think that one of the coolest things about it was I didn't know really what I was getting into when I bought this. I thought that it was one of his albums. I didn't know that it was a remix. So hearing all these songs remixed, out of the blue, I was like, wait a minute, what is going on here? But it grew on me immediately. I immediately loved the album anyway.
I've heard these before.
Right.
That's why I like it.
Kind of, yeah. And so, I really loved this album.
Yeah, I'm not too familiar with Beck's stuff, but would you recommend this album as a first?
I would say either this album or his original Guero, which is the original album without any remixes. They're both really good. Either that or I really like his new album, Colors. That one's really good too. So if you're looking to get into it,
there you have it, folks. You have someone who thinks the newer material is actually good.
It's not bad. I promise.
Don't listen to his opinion. How dare you have an opinion? This is music. The new stuff is always supposed to suck.
It's always bad.
Okay, so this one is definitely, this is probably my favorite album of all time. This is about my favorite band
of all time.
That's Somewhere in Time by Iron Maiden. Now, I still have the cellophane on, so if you see a bit of a glare, and I know there's that red sticker right there, but this album cover, when you look at it, I immediately think of the movie Blade Runner, which, have you seen Blade Runner?
Yes.
It's a phenomenal movie. And, everything is literally, ripped straight from Blade Runner. If you took Blade Runner, added heavy metal into it, right, I think this is what it would be. You got Eddie. This is probably my favorite version of Eddie on the cover. I love the scientific and science fiction route that they had going here. Everything about it is awesome. It screams 80s too.
Right, it definitely does.
Screams 80s. I love it. But one other small detail is that you'll notice a lot of different Iron Maiden references here, like Acacia Avenue. That's the name of one of the Iron Maiden songs, 22 Acacia Avenue. You'll see other tons of stuff around here. In fact, this continues onto the back. And the back is even more just like, holy crap. So you got the pyramids from Power Slave. Let's see here, Aces High Bar. There's tons of... You could literally stare at this cover and not see everything for hours.
Yeah.
The band members here. Icarus from the Flight of Icarus. Yeah, even to this day, I'm still finding new things in this Ancient Mariner seafood restaurant. But yeah, this is whenever people ask me what my favorite band is, I'm always it's got to be Iron Maiden, because whenever I go back to Iron Maiden stuff, I'm just immediately like, I know all the lyrics to like every song. They're just that good. And actually, their newest album, Book of Souls, is excellent.
What did we just talk about? What did we just?
I know. I can't believe it. Their new stuff is supposed to suck. But actually, it's funny too. I didn't buy that record. I have 2 copies of it. I got both of them for my birthday. One from Ryan and one from my parents.
Nice.
So it's like I got 2 of the same albums. All right.
Rolling in it.
But yeah, this one this is my favorite Maiden record. I know the typical Iron Maiden album that everyone goes with is Number of the Beast, which is an excellent album, but I always prefer this one. This is also my first Iron Maiden album. So
really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I remember like it was yesterday. We're driving to school and my dad throws on Wasted Years, and I wanted to hear more of it, and yeah. Excellent.
Do you have a favorite song off the album?
That's hard to pick for this one.
It is.
Literally, because literally all these songs are classics to me. You know, Caught Somewhere in Time, Sea of Madness, Loneliness of the Long Distance Runner is one of the most underrated Iron Maiden songs I've ever heard. Alexander the Great is fantastic. It's just... I love this album. Alright, what do you got there, guy?
Next up, I got something that I didn't think I'd ever find in my lifetime. The Far Side. Now, mainly, it seems simple, right? They're just a couple of dudes out on a roller coaster. But man, is this roller coaster a trip? This song, the songs on this album, I mean, they're wild. They are funky, they are fresh, and it is old school, you know?
Yeah,
I love this album.
You know, like, you were showing off some of these before, like you were showing off your records before. I really only like caught a glimpse of him, but like, I'm looking at it, I'm like, man, I really like that.
It is a wild ride.
But it is out there.
Right.
I can tell you. It is really, the thing that stares me in the face literally is that.
It is staring you down, and I gotta say, I didn't think I'd ever find a band like this. I literally found them by looking up shit on Spotify, and their song "Oh Shit" came up, and I've loved them ever since. I mean, these guys really captured my heart. You know, the back is not as interesting. They're coming out of the mouth that you saw, but you know, this album just really does take you on a journey. It takes you on quite a wild ride through it, and
I really like that art style though.
Right.
It's, you know what? It reminds me. This is gonna be really out there. I don't even think you'll get this reference, but it reminds me that something like Ralph Bakshi would come up with. He did the movie Cool World and Fritz the Cat. I don't know, for some reason whenever I see that, I immediately think of his art style. Very, very rugged and rough, but also like appealing.
Yeah.
I don't know how else to describe it.
We're still going. Okay, cool.
We're still going. We had to make sure this time.
No audio loss. I mean, yeah, these guys, I like it's hard to read. I don't know if you guys will be able to. I mean, it sounds stupid, but I like how the contrast of colors makes it hard to read. Like, you got gold and purple on gold and purple.
Yeah,
it's hard to read.
Isn't that? It's like watching a PowerPoint presentation with yellow text on an orange background.
Right, it is. But I don't know. I just like it. I really do like this album. I like the art on it. I don't think it's perfect. I don't think it's beautiful, but I do think it's awesome, if that makes sense.
It's just like, yeah, it's just like, I wouldn't call it a guilty pleasure necessarily, but you just like, it just grabs you.
It grabs my attention, yeah. I like to have it on display when I'm playing it.
Yeah, it's honestly, that's the best way to play vinyl anyways.
Right, have them up looking at you.
Have them up there. Alright, 9. I've actually reviewed this album about a month ago, but this is In the Night Side Eclipse from Emperor. Now, just looking at this album, I may have even said it in this, but like, you can literally look at this. It's like the same thing with Somewhere in Time by Iron Maiden. You can look at it for hours and still not find everything. You know, and there's like something new every single time, and I don't know, like everything is up for interpretation. Like, I like to think that these are orcs that are about to storm the castle here.
Right.
I mean, all the clouds, the mountains in particular, just look gorgeous. It is just... This is like one of the coolest records I've ever seen. Just one of the coolest things I've ever seen.
It is really cool. I like how you got like Death riding in on this horse.
Yeah.
Like, this is such a cool thing.
And then like the back.
Just looking through it all.
Yeah. Now the bag isn't as interesting, but what I want to show off here is when you open it up, it's like, it's just, you don't see this very often.
No, you don't.
And that's one, you know, I think I even said this in my review, but like when you go to the store and you see this sitting on the shelf, you're like, what is that?
Grabs your attention immediately.
It's the same thing as Dark Throne, but it's just, and I've had people who are like artists, I show them this and they're like, just, oh my god. Whoa.
Yeah.
Because and it's a lot to take in. Actually, we talked about this with our gaming box art, but like you don't want it to have too much because then it's like it hurts your head to look at it. There's a lot here, but it doesn't hurt.
Right. Yeah.
It's just like there's a lot to take in.
Right.
And honestly, I think that's what works best for it.
It does. It's complex, but it's not like it's hurting you to look at. You know,
the complexity here definitely helps it.
Right, and it adds an air of mystery to it.
Yeah,
too.
exactly.
Yeah,
it's
really cool.
It's
to
just,
look at.
it's so beautiful, and it's funny. Like, there's two different versions of this one. One that is like this really dark blue. The other one's kind of a lighter blue, and I can definitely tell you, like, the dark blue complements it so much more. I'll have to show you a picture of the
I'll need to see that.
light one. I mean, it's literally just the same picture, just a lighter blue, but the dark blue like really helps it. Favorite song off the album? Gotta be Into the Infinity of Thoughts, a 9-minute epic. That is I think it's one of the best black metal songs ever. I mean, you can't go wrong with anything but Emperor. In fact, Emperor, if you would come out with a new album, please. I promise I won't say it sucks.
But the new stuff, man.
The new stuff always sucks, but I want to hear it. Alright. Pick number 3 for you.
This is my last pick. It is, it's a little bit out there. It's J. Cole's K.O.D., right? And on the cover here, you got J. Cole, obviously, looking like a king, but he's clearly off of something. His eyes are rolled to the back of his head.
Just stoned.
He is faded, right? And then in his coat, you just have, like, skulls, and then underneath the skulls you got children, and the children are sipping on lean, doing drugs. Like, right across the front it says, this album is in no way intended to glorify addiction.
Yeah, they had to point that out at the top here.
Right, but
it's very small print. I know you can't see that, but
just so you guys know, it's not intended to glorify it, but it sends out a message that, you know, people in the younger generations are getting hooked on this stuff. And they're staying hooked on it for their lives.
It's ruining them.
Yeah, and that's kind of like the point of this album. And this album really spoke to me. Like, I listened to this and I was like, oh shit, I gotta change up my own life after listening to it.
I mean, we all have like a life-changing record in a way. Some of us more helpful than others, but like, it's just, I think that's definitely, I don't even know what I could say my record is for life-changing, but I love the inside of this record. You showed this to me, and it is just gorgeous.
It's beautiful.
I love
the color difference. I really like the red and the blue.
Yeah,
it's like hot and cold. But
works really well for it. I also
got like the kids that are again just taking drugs. You got a kid with a handful of pills, one just blowing bubbles with cough syrup. Taking a selfie.
Like the pinata here.
Pinata
dropping pills and what looks to be Tide Pods.
Right. So, and then you got the back where it's again just all these children with drugs, and I mean, it's not like, you know, it's not like you see that and go, oh rad, let me show my kid this.
Yeah, I want to.
Like, what it does do is it does send a pretty alarming message out there, like, oh shit, like, this is realistic. This is what he's seeing going on in his own neighborhood growing up.
Firsthand experience, right?
Right, and you know, the whole message of this album is like, you know, you got to kick your addictions and be comfortable in your own skin without them. And that's why I got a toothpick in my mouth right now. Not gonna say anything more, but it really spoke to me. I appreciate you, J. Cole.
J. Cole. So my last album is, man, it's painful to see this all over the camera because you can't even, you're not even gonna be able to grasp how beautiful this looks in person. But Once More Around the Sun by Mastodon. Not particularly this cover, though. I do like this a lot. It's what's inside that's even more just. Oh. Again, on camera, you're missing out. When you see this in person, it is amazing. I mean, oddly enough, too, they use this inside as the album artwork everywhere else, at least as far as I've seen. But it even happens on the front page too, or cover, I should say. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's like it's kind of like a reverse thing. But man, it's just there's so much color, and I'm not even kidding you. There's a skull here, which I never noticed until this very moment.
Oh my gosh!
I've stared at this album countless times because it's so beautiful to look at, and like there's so many different things in the background of it that it's just. Again, it's just that perfect balance of being complex but not overbearing.
Right, and I mean, the color scheme just flows so well together.
Yeah, it's popping. Like, there's not one color here that looks out of place at all. No,
the colors, they all help each other. They're all complementing each other in this complex, beautiful design.
It's just absolutely gorgeous. There's just as much to be said for complexity as there is for simplicity. I can see that we got a little flashing. That probably means my SD card is running out. Of course, I'm a dumbass. So I'll hurry this up. I mean, it's so gorgeous. I saw them play a lot of these songs live, and I gotta say, Tread Lightly is probably the best song on this album, and which says a lot. Ember City is a gorgeous song. Halloween, Diamond in the Witch House. I don't have a favorite song. I have favorite songs. I'm sorry. I'm breaking
You're breaking the rules, man.
I'm breaking the rules. But Mastodon, yeah, they have just wonderful covers. I'll have to show you more of them. But yeah, did you say what? Do you have a favorite song on that?
I didn't say any of them actually. I'll go back real quick and hit them all. My favorite song off of Beck Lito is probably "Go It Alone," the remix. So good. I think it's called Wish Coin. But if you also look up "Go It Alone" remix, it'll come up. My favorite song off KOD is, I think it's got to be either Kevin's Heart or Friends. They're both really good songs. And then my favorite one off of this, that's a tough one. I really do like Oh Shit because it's the first one I ever heard by him. It's the first one on the album. It's good. It's a good song.
It's good.
I don't think I have another one that I can even hold up
That's
as close as that one. That one just, it comes on right away and I'm just busting out. You're just ready? It's awesome. So those are my picks for that.
Those were our favorite album covers. If you'd like to share what yours are, please let us know, because there's a lot of great albums out there and a lot of great album covers. Obviously, we don't have time to cover all of our favorites.
Yeah. Oh, God.
We'd be here until the end of time, literally, talking about our favorite album covers. But, yes, those are it. Thank you for joining me.
Yes.
Always appreciate it.
Thank you all for joining us on this.
And we'll see you guys later.
Peace.